Compass, we. Compass, we. I'm sure you can hear the excitement in my voice. Welcome to Could It Matter Financial Literacy Training, your journey to self-actualization. Proudly sponsored by NNPC Foundation in collaboration with NYSC. You would then ask me, who is NNPC? I'm sure you want to know who is NNPC Foundation. NNPC Foundation is that arm of NNPC that take charge, that covers all the corporate social responsibility activities of NNPC. And here we are. NNPC Foundation is working with Could It Matter to ensure that this your journey to self-actualization, in your starting this new journey in life, is on a solid foundation. Could It Matter is a fun organization that focuses on financial literacy, entrepreneurship, mentorship, skills and development in a community setting, in a FinCom we call it. And we are accredited both locally and internationally. And to deliver this to you today is Kathleen Erimo, the founder, Could It Matter Nigeria Limited. You want to know more about Could It Matter? Please download the Could It Matter mobile app. Get more information about Could It Matter. So here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. If you have ever felt stress about money, raise up your hands. I see that everywhere. All hands are up because guess what? You cannot say, I dare say, nobody can say they've not felt stress about money matters. So that's where we are today. And by the end of this section, you would learn the importance of what NNPC is bringing to us. You learn the importance of financial literacy. You will learn how to apply the components of financial literacy and prioritize financial literacy. So let's liken our financial literacy journey to a money tree. What is a tree? I'm sure we all know what trees are. We learned about them in integrated science or biology. Trees have various parts: the roots, the trunk, the branches, the leaves, and the fruits. We all know that. Okay, so let's take it one at a time. The roots. Let's liken the roots to the foundational knowledge that we require for our financial literacy. It helps us with our mindset. It tells us about our mindset. Understanding the components of financial literacy, income, expenses, debt, budgeting, all that you want to think of, and the attitude and the discipline that we require to ensure that we have the right foundation. And like trees, the roots is typically under the soil, so you don't see it. And for us, this foundational knowledge that we require is innate. Nobody sees it. Nobody knows it. Nobody understands what exactly each one of us has. And then what you see on the surface is first the trunk. And the trunk is the practicality of what we have in the roots. The root determines what exactly flows up in the trunk. The trunk is how we budget, how we manage what we have, how we manage our cash flow, all of that, emergency funds. We go from the trunk, we get to the branches, the spreading, the different streams of income, multiple access to different things, the application of what the root has passed through the trunk, showing in our lives. And then, how does that flourish? How does it flourish? We see it in the leaves. The visible benefits of all that our roots passing through the trunk, through the branches, is producing. And finally, the fruit of that which has been nurtured from the foundation. So tell me, let me pause here. If the root is not okay, what would happen to the fruit? Or even the trunk, the branches? So the foundation must be right. And if the foundation is not right, what may have caused it? Or what do you think happens at that foundation? Our mindset. You know, that's the first thing I said, in the foundation. That foundation, our mindset. What kind of mindset do we have as it relates to money? My popular saying, I say, money grows on intelligent mind. So we need to build intelligent mind. Money grows on what? I need to hear it from all of us. So, money grows on what? Intelligent mind. What then is money? What then is money? So let me just use the acronym money. Money isn't just cash, as we'll see it. Money, to everybody or to most people, we think money is just cash. Money is management. Money is opportunity. Money is no to bad debt. Money is emergency funds. Money is you being your CEO, being in control of your life, of your activities, of everything that you do. If you do not understand money, then you need to understand the who, the what, the where, and the when and why of yourself. You need to ask yourself those 5 W questions. Who am I? What kind of mindset do I have? What is my foundation? What is my money personality? And then you go to the what. What kind of skill? That foundation. What have I nurtured myself with? Are my roots okay? Am I well planted in a good place? The geography. Have I nurtured that root properly? And what time? Is it Harmattan season? Is it raining season? What time? Am I too young? Am I in my prime? Am I growing? And the who, your network. Your network equals who you are. And why? What is motivating you today? Your intent. And with that, you would understand your behavior. Whether you are a spender, a planner, a drifter, or a builder as it relates to your financial personality. So knowing which one of the 4 financial personalities you have determines who exactly you are. And you can adjust each one at any point in time. Now that we are clear, we understand our money personalities. What money means to us. Management, opportunity, say no to debt, emergency fund, and you. Now, what then exactly is financial literacy? Financial literacy is the ability for you as the CEO of your life to understand and manage your money effectively by using the right knowledge, foundational knowledge. Remember, the roots, the skills, the practicality, the trunk, and the habits to make smart financial decisions daily. And as we go on step by step in our financial goals. But to ensure that this works properly, what do you think we need? Financial discipline. What then is financial discipline? Financial discipline is the consistent, please hold that, the consistent ability to make informed, intentional money choices that aligns with our long-term goals rather than our short-term desires. What does that mean? I hear somebody say, but we have short-term goals now. It's not only long-term goals. What did I say? Short-term desires. Desires is different from goals. And what are the core elements that will guide us in this journey? Spending with a plan, saving consistently, avoiding unnecessary debt, and prioritizing our future. What is future? The next second is the future from our present. Are we clear? Do we understand it up to now? So what exactly do we need first? The foundation, our mindset, and discipline. Going with that intentional, consistent behavior that aligns. Consistent, intentional behavior that aligns with our long-term goals rather than desires. There are 5 main components of financial literacy. Earnings and spending. What is earning? Income, making money. Earning, keep it simple. Earnings, making money, and spending, expenses. For you to be okay, those 2 things must balance. Your earnings must always be more than your spending. There are different kinds of earnings. There are active income, your salary, your allowance that will pay you. Those are earnings. Your wages, business benefits, passive income, rental income, royalties, interest from investments, and then there are occasional income, bonuses, grants, like NNPC Foundation we give to all of us that would qualify. Another round of applause to the NNPC family. That is another stream of income to all of us when we do what we're meant to do. Then spendings, there are needs, there are wants. And there are those emergency things that we don't plan for that typically happen. The goal is to ensure that earnings, income, is always more than our spending. Earnings more than spending. If it is not balanced, if it is not that way, what do we need to do? First, increase our streams of income. I am a promoter of 3 streams of income. 3 at the minimum. We're in camp now. Do not joke with your side. Learn different skills. 3 streams of income. Or reduce your expenses. All those ashwebi up and down, ice cream, Ubrin, or everywhere like that. We can reduce the expense, so we can carpool. We can do different things. You don't have to buy that dress because your neighbor is wearing it or your friend is wearing it. Those are some spending psychological things that affect us because sometimes we spend based on emotions or because we want to compare ourselves with others or we want to identify, we want to belong because people are doing it, I want to do it. Wrong. You must know yourself, your foundation. You know, I keep taking you back to your foundation. That's your roots that nobody sees. Nobody knows what you have invested in it. This is where it shows. Emotional spending, social comparison, actively spending when you don't need, or identity spending, not okay. And to help you manage that, there is a simple principle, I call it the 50-30-20 rules. This 50-30-20 rule for budgeting. 50% you use for needs. You would ask me what needs are. Needs are your rent, transportation, your feeding, your health. Another big round of applause to the NYC family. Because in this 1 year, are you going to spend money on health? The answer is no. Your health is covered. So what are you going to do with that money? I need somebody to tell me, what would you do with that money you would have used for your health that NYC has proudly covered for you? Let's go. The next 30%, of course, all work and no play, or all so much work and no small enjoyment. 30% for that want, controlled want. And then the 20% that is left is for your savings and to repay loans. And when others are left, for investment. And to ensure that this works, we must budget properly. What is budgeting? Keeping it simple. Budget na plan. It's not hard like that. Budget na plan. Plan how you want to spend your money, that money you get, and that money that you are spending. How do you want to control it, manage it, plan it? That's what budgeting does for us. It helps us create a structure. You write all your streams of income and then list out all the expenses that you would incur. Guess what? Is savings part of budgeting? Let me hear in the chat box. Is savings part of budgeting? I give you the answer straight. Yes, you must budget for savings. You must budget for savings. And why do you have to budget for savings? Because you use the money for emergency. You use the money for some specific targeted activities. You use the money to offset goals, targeted savings. And how much do you have to save? What did I say? 20%. But it's not cast in stone. Some of us here have people who are funding us. Some of us don't have. So it is relative because no two individuals are the same. No two. So you may decide to start to budget to save 20%. You may decide to save 50%, but the basic principle is 20%. And where do you save this money? Where do you save money? There are different places to save money. But guess what? It must be in regulated institutions so that your savings does not jackpot and leave you alone. Okay? And interest, there are laws and rules that governs savings, and we must keep to those activities to ensure that our savings are as we want them to be. After savings, we have leftover. It is the leftover from savings that we invest. I hear my young one, my daughter and my nephew in the house. They came to meet me. Mommy, auntie, I have this money. I want to invest. So I asked the first basic question. Have you done any savings? What do you want to invest this money for? How long do you want to invest this money? What is your risk appetite? You must understand those basic questions before you invest. For you to invest, you must have covered all your essentials. Essentials means your needs. They must be covered. And then you have monies for savings and for your emergency need. Because by the time you invest, you will not invest money today in the different asset classes. Money market 30 days, 60, 90, treasury bills, or the bonds, the stock, or real estate in gold, as you may choose, depending on your risk appetite, because the higher the risk, the higher the return, the lower the risk, the lower the return. But basic, and I would advise for today, because I say we're just starting, let's start with the basic, our money market investments. Now that we have idea of what we need to know before we start investing, that you must have saved first, kept your emergency money. It is the leftover that you use for savings. Let me just tell you 7 simple steps that you must put in mind before you start to save. Set your goals. After setting your goals, remove all the emergency funds, the savings. You would have covered all your needs and your 30% wants. Then, conduct research. Understand yourself and understand what you need to save. Understand the long-term, the short-term goals of what you need to save for, what you need to save for, and what you need to invest. And then understand the regulatory aspect of what governs the institutions or the amounts that you want to save. Let me take, for example, come to Kudimata Capital. We will tell you. Regulated by Security and Exchange Commission. And there are several others, if not regulated by CBN or the Security and Exchange Commission. Be wary. Avoid unnecessary risk. So your risk appetite, you must assess the risk inherent, and then your portfolio. When I say portfolio, your investments, once you start, savings is already one. Treasury bills, all of those. You can have shares, stock, bit of real estate, crowdfunding, mutual funds, and the likes. But you must avoid all those investments that doubles immediately. It doesn't work. Make informed investment decision. Remember, what did I say financial literacy is? Go back and learn. And financial discipline. You need to go back and learn. What does investment really mean to you? What are the opportunities that are available? Are you confused about investment and savings? You would find out the difference. But to make life simple, you must automate the process. Automate what? The process. Start simple. Treasury bills, fixed income instruments, naira, dollar, where available. And then you must understand the returns as it means to you. Avoid the CBEX, the MMM, and the likes of this one. I hear, FX trading. A lot of us engage in FX trading. Yes, they are the ones regulated and approved by regulatory bodies in Nigeria. But guess what? You know the world is a global village. So there are a lot of FX companies that are everywhere, and you put your money and expect returns. Trust me, no money comes easy. Mind the way you invest. Avoid unrealistic returns. I would leave you for you to go do your bit of research on the differences between savings and investment. But I give you a peep, go on to the Kudimata platform. You will get your answer. But do your research. And then the almighty borrowings from the urgent 2K to, my brother or my sister, give me that 10,000, I'll give you back to you later in the day. And then later in the day comes, you do not return the money. Or from you, imagining you want to leave. You remember I told you, we talked about the different personality type because you want to be like your neighbor. You want to borrow money for a want. To buy a shwebi or to buy that thing that you just so desire. Let me take, for example, that's Bond Street for my girls. It makes us beautiful, but guess what? Do you really need it? As at when you are putting aside or borrowing money to buy it because you want to belong, it doesn't work that way. So we must understand the reasons why we need to borrow and at what point do we need to borrow. When I say borrow, for those who are just starting or who are starting business, you must understand the asset circle. Where exactly do you need money? And how much exactly do you need? Because if you collect more than you require, the loan will go bad. If you collect lower than you require, you are not able to carry on that transaction. It is important you understand how much you need, when you need it, and you must abide by the 5 C's of credit, of which the most important is character. The most important is what? Character. I hear people say, I want to borrow, go and bring my grandmother's bone or whatever, as if collateral is the most important. No, collateral is the alternate or the second choice of repayment. First, you must have the right character to borrow what you need and know that you need to pay it back at the right time. That's where character and discipline comes in. Without that, then there's a problem. So I'm talking to you that took your brother's urgent 2K that said you were returning it. Please go and return it. Don't laugh. I'm not joking. A lot of us, we fall victims. Or let's say victims. It's a bad habit. We say, my brother, my sister, we don't return. That's where character issue starts and it will follow you. So do not borrow what you don't need. Borrow only what you need for needs. Did you hear me say want? No, not want. And please, do not go to the Shylocks to borrow. And for us who want to start businesses, I hear you. Where is capital? I need to borrow capital. I need to. First, a round of applause to NNPC Foundation, because that capital that you need to start, if you go well and you do right, you pass your quiz, stage 1, stage 2, and you pitch properly, that grant that you need, you will get. But first and foremost, for your business, it is from your savings. And then your investments before you go to your immediate circle, family and friends, society, and before you look for grants because of the entrepreneurial risk. Am I clear? Anyway, you learn more when we get to Kickstart My Business. After borrowing, that we know that borrowing is asset when we need. There are some borrowings that we should not do. Borrowing for education, 100%. Borrowing to scale up our business, 100%, understanding where that is. But borrowings for wants and that, say no to that. And if you say no to that, there are institutions that we must typically work with as it relates to money matters. Because as at now, we have gone through the 5 basic components of financial literacy: earnings and spending, budgeting, savings, investments, borrowings, which covers money management. But all this falls within the ambience of financial institutions. There are various financial institutions that either you work with, that governs, that supports, and that helps you through that journey. If you go on to the Kudimata mobile app and to this slide, you will get more information. So you have the banks, the insurance company. Do not do anything without insuring. You have the PSBs. You have the tax and insurance companies. Please, and the development banks that support us for various initiatives, the Nexim and all of that, the Bank of Industries, they are all available to support us through our entrepreneurial journey as we progress in this journey. Remember, you must understand the players in the industry. So I hear, we have done all of this. Does it sound good or hard or anything? Life is simple. It is simple, and we must balance life. Physical, mental, and financial. I hear, like my daughter will always say, my mental awareness. No, my mental awareness, physical, all that. But physical awareness, mental awareness, without financial awareness, then you have a problem. All 3 must balance. And how do you balance all 3? Like I will say, be calming down. What does be calming down mean? So I would tell you, control your cash flow, control your income, any money that comes to you. Control your cash flow. What is cash flow? Go to the Kudimata platform. You will learn a lot more about what cash flow is. But you need to control your cash flow. Know what comes in and know what you spend. Keep it that simple. Use your budget. And then that's the C in becoming that. Automate your process. Automate the process. Automate your savings, because savings is a foundational aspect of every and anything you do, because you must have emergency fund, that urgent 2K, that's vex money, like I call it. You must have it on the go. All right? And then live below your means. Remember, I explained your earnings must always at any point in time be more than your spending. If your spending is more than your earnings, what do you need to do? You need to immediately increase your streams of income or find how to reduce your expense. So you must at any point in time live below your means, below your income, and then monitor and improve. It's a circle. And for true financial awareness, you must stay calm. When I say stay calm, what does that mean? The S is for you to save smartly. Stay calm. Save smartly. Avoid debt trap. Focus on your goals and earn and expand. Keep earning, and then the circle continues. You earn, you save, you avoid debt, and you focus on your goals. Be calming down and stay safe. So, as my young, beautiful, energetic, amazing, what do I call you? What do I call you? Amazing, amazing youths, leaders of tomorrow. What are the ways you want to earn money? What are the ways? There are several ways. One, employment. Yes, I hear. Oh, I don't want to work. Entrepreneurship. That's the next. You must learn to invest. Side hustles. Very important too. I said 3 streams of income. 3 at the minimum. Said, do not joke with it. Learn 3. Me, I know how to make hair. I know how to weave. And guess what? I create content. So therefore, no matter who you are, what you are, there are opportunities, online opportunities, financial management, networking, because you are as wealthy as your network. Your network, net worth equals your network. All right? Creative endeavor. So you must, as a copper, please, as youth, my president of tomorrow, how many of these would you do? In conclusion, achieving financial wellness is not a one-time event. It's not a one-time event. It is a stream and series of steps that leads you to that decision. And it's never, ever too late to start. Let's start today. And guess what? It is the best time. You are actually the luckiest. It is November, almost the end of the month. And guess what? We're all preparing for Christmas. We need to be money smart. We're preparing for Christmas, New Year, the festive period, a lot of festivities. Financial discipline comes to play here. And then, of course, we all set our New Year goals. Come January, in the first hangout we will have, I will be asking how many people set their goals and managed what they had to do and still had money. They were not tempted. They were disciplined enough to live within their means. So, let me keep it simple. Build an intelligent mind. Set smart money goals this period. Create a savings plan. Have a budget. Very important. So, okay, don't call it budget. Have a plan about your money. Apply discipline when you want to borrow. Don't borrow if you don't need to, please. And learn about the financial institution. Do not just go and put money anywhere. Then embrace mentorship or accountability. Very important. I think we all should have accountability partner. What do I call accountability partner? That person who is your friend, who is trusted, who you can ask, who helps you through your goals, who understand your goals and bring you back when you are failing in your goals. Reality check. If you don't tell your money where to go, what will happen? I leave you to conclude that sentence. So questions, feedback, comments, anything you want to say, we are on ground to answer you. As it relates to what? Money matters. So just download the Kudi Matter mobile app and have a chat with the admin to tell the admin your questions, your concerns, and your need. Register as a user and join your NYSC community. Take the quiz. 70% is the pass mark. You are expected. I expect you to pass once if you have read the materials that will be made available once you download the Kudi Matter mobile app. In the email that you get, there's a link where all the materials, more materials, this presentation, more readable materials, handbook, all are available for you to ensure that you have this requisite foundational knowledge. Then take your quiz, 70% pass mark. If you don't pass, which I don't expect, because we have people getting 100%, if you don't, you have the opportunity to try it 3 times. And once you are done with that, you download your certificate. Guess what? A beautiful certificate that is globally recognized because you have accreditation, both local and international. And the certificate is signed by your DG, the DG of NYSC, and the MD of NNPC Foundation, and the founder of Kudimata. When you download the certificate, that gives you the opportunity to go on the second journey, Kickstart My Business. We'll be talking about it. That is an 8 modules business fundamental training that, guess what? NNPC Academy and Kudimata will take you on it. Can you imagine? NNPC Academy will take you on the course in partnership with Kudimata. You get another certificate and you go on to the pitching and the grants, the empowerment that you require. So any question, any concern, the numbers are there on the Kudimata mobile app and on the Kudimata website. We are available 24/7 to attend to your need. And in closing, another resounding applause to the NNPC family. NNPC Limited, NNPC Foundation, GTE, NNPC Academy, and all the beautiful management people of my NNPC Foundation. And all our NYC management team, all your side officers that have made this possible for you. Another big round of applause to the NYC family for giving you this platform, this opportunity to learn. The first learning that you are taking, and guess what? Do not forget. What did I say? Something very important I said. 3 streams of income. Don't joke with side. Even my young ones that you want to even jackpot, which is not okay because the money is here in Nigeria. But say you want to jackpot, you need skills. Here and anywhere. Take side seriously and learn a skill. 2 skills. Cheat. 3 skills. See you on the Kudimata mobile app or platform, or office, or other Kudimata trainings. Bye. Thank you. Did I forget that? Please subscribe to the IG handles of NNPC Foundation, NYC, and Kudimata. It would be on the flyers that you would have. And join the WhatsApp channel, Kudimata WhatsApp channel, for information should you need more than you have on the platform. Confirm you have learned enough or you are still learning. Press the subscribe button and share to who? Other corporates. Do not learn alone, because if you learn alone, there is a problem. Hit, share, like, and subscribe to all other social media handles. See you there to answer all your questions, concerns, and needs on what money matters, on what Kudimata.